Who's asking the questions? You? Okay. I'm gonna sit. Yeah, I want to sit across.
Yeah, you
You are now rocking with the queen, and it's time to get real.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to 30, Flirty, and Thriving. It's your girl, AB. And today we have a very special episode. Today it's Detroit Behind the Music, all about what's going on in the industry. So I have some special guests with me and more on the way. So I'm going to give everybody an opportunity to introduce themselves. We'll go ahead and start with Floss. Introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself. And
Can you hear me?
Nah.
I can't really hear you. Okay, there we go. All right.
Yeah.
Go by the name Floss a lot. Been doing music 25 years. Run Federation Music Group. Got a deal as of right now with Rock Nation. Got 4 artists on the label.
Okay. So when you say you've been doing music 25 years.
Spending money on music for 25. I've been doing it longer than that, but spending money on music 25 years.
Okay. So when you started doing music, how did you start?
School talent show.
Okay. Were you in the talent show?
No. Okay, so what's funny is one of my best friends now was in it, and he wasn't my best friend at the time. Yeah, we actually figured this out years later, but went to a middle school talent show, and one of his groups was the group that was up. So, I watched them perform, and after that, I was like, oh, I want to kind of do this. I want to get into this.
Uh-huh.
So I kind of like, I wasn't doing music at the time myself, but I had one of my other friends was a rapper. So whether I knew it or not, but I was going around setting up all his shows and his battles, and we battle in the lunchroom. So I was managing them at the time, basically.
So you've always kind of been behind the scenes and helping others kind of develop their talent
Yes,
and
yes,
manage them.
yes.
That's dope.
Yes,
That's dope. So that's
yes.
your strong suit then. Cool,
Yeah.
cool. All right.
Like since I was 13. Like literally.
That's cool. All right. So we're gonna turn it over to Lyrique, right?
Yeah,
Because I said it wrong on the video. 'Cause I had to redo that video a couple times. My bad, y'all.
That's all good though.
So tell us about Lyrique.
Well, I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, musician. Got my own entertainment company, Species Entertainment. Shout out to my team. Got about 5 artists under me. So I'm an artist myself, and I'm actually an actor too, and a writer, and a bunch of stuff. So pretty much everything that has to do with entertainment, I've pretty much done it.
So how long you been in the music industry?
Telling my age, but I got 21 in.
20.
So I
Oh,
started
dang.
young.
Y'all some vets.
Yeah. We ain't no rookies. We've been doing this, right, Floss?
Definitely.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah.
Okay, so now you are an artist, but you also manage artists. So
Yeah.
tell me how you balance that with being an artist yourself, and then also putting kind of all of your effort in behind the artists that you manage.
Well, you know what the thing is, I can't speak for nobody else, but for me, I love the artist development side. So I love to take an artist who has potential and make their dream come true. Produce the songs, write the songs, help build their confidence, stuff like that. My first success story as far as developing artists was actually Tierra Marie, which was an artist from Detroit who eventually went on to get signed by Jay-Z for Rockefeller and all that. When I got T, she was 15, and we worked with her. Me, Helliver, Mike Litt, developed her from 15 to 17. And then next thing you know, she was signed to Jay-Z. So that was my first success story. So but I had artists before her, but that was the one that kind of. So I love that process. Now to answer your question, because I'm an artist, I'm not a selfish individual though. So it don't always got to be about me. I've been like Floss. I've been behind the scenes and I've been in front of the scenes and everything. So if you love the process, it's not a hard transition.
Right. So Floss, tell me, now you say you manage 4 artists.
No, I have 4 artists on my label.
Yeah. Oh, you have 4 artists on your label.
Yes.
So
Me
do
too.
you actually manage artists then as well?
Okay, so I don't manage, but I play the role of a manager to get the artists where they're supposed to be.
Okay.
So I kind of like fell into that place because it's kind of hard to find somebody with the drive and ambition that I have. So whether before I pass it on to somebody else who's gonna wake up and go have fun first to go before he do the job, I'd rather do it myself.
Right.
So I don't manage, but I manage.
So like the thing about that is funny because we're in the same position with that. Like technically, because I got 4 people on my label, well 5 people on my label too. Thing is it's technically a conflict of interest to be the label and the manager at the same time because the manager is supposed to be the go-between on behalf of the artist to the label. Yeah. What it is we have the experience of being able to manage, so the managerial component is kind of built in. So we don't
definitely.
You feel me? That's
definitely it comes natural.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do y'all have managers that you like to work with more so than others? Like managers that you know that they are going to work well with you because of how they manage their artists, or do you just
no?
That's why
I
we are what we are. That's why we are what we are.
That's why I tend to do it myself because it's like, okay, so not a slight diss, but the new generation don't grind like the old generation.
Period.
So it's like somebody new doing music, they don't take it as serious as we do.
But
I wake up and go to sleep to this.
So this is a sincere question though. Do they have to? Because the industry has changed so much, and what you have to do to get on now is different than maybe what you had to do 20
It's even
years
worse.
ago.
You actually got to put in more. See, 20 years ago, 20, 30, 40 years ago, before me and Floss got on the scene, the execs was here, the industry was here, so they could go and doo-wop on the corner of Finkel and Grand River, and an exec might be walking down the street or drive by, hearing them, shoo-be-doo-doo-doo-doo, and they're like, oh, we like you, we signed you, boom, put you on. It ain't like that no more.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the internet creates artists now.
Yep.
Right.
Popularity.
So that's the thing. So a lot of people feel like they can get on if they just get one viral video.
Because it's a thin line between viral and talent.
Yeah.
Amen.
Very thin.
That shit again. Can we
it's almost transparent.
Let's hit that bell.
Well, my bell.
Hey, you need a bell. Get a
We
homie
all
a
need
bell.
bells. Bells for everybody here.
Yeah.
So okay. So let me ask you this. So y'all both been in the game 20 plus years. Both from Detroit?
Yes.
Yeah,
Born and raised? Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Born and raised.
Both have your own labels. Both do very similar things. Is there any competition?
No, not at all. Me and him crossed paths many times. We didn't play music for each other.
Period.
Yeah, it's always been love since forever.
Since we first met.
Yeah, I respect what he do. He respect what I do, and we always had love for one another.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
You know what the thing is when and I'm sure he would agree. One of the reasons why the Detroit music scene hasn't been as successful as people like from Atlanta. Like they all gelled together and merged. Like the competition thing that they do here, like everybody, like they'll play a record, then you have another cat that they ain't even listening to the record you playing. They fishing through. They want to hurry up and play theirs so they can show you that they hot too. Yeah. And it's not about that. Like that irritates my soul. I respect everything that he done and brought to the table. And likewise,
vice versa. Yep.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So it's like now you think about this. What was that, Captain Planet? With our powers combined, you realize we wouldn't even listen in Detroit. We wouldn't even need a record company or the industry at all.
We would create if everybody connect together. We'd create our own industry.
Right.
So right now we don't have an industry.
Period.
Because everybody taking the ball, running, going separate ways with it.
So do y'all feel like y'all work together because y'all are just dope people, and it's a lot of other people that like just are because like y'all said, basically if everybody was to come together, there would be an industry.
Well,
and it would be
we kind of understand what it takes to put what you got to put into music, and we respect one another from that purpose.
Right.
A lot of people don't respect somebody else's grind because the grind now is through a cell phone.
Right.
Right.
You know, I know for a fact he wakes up every day and go from the time he wake up to the time he sleep on music. Whether I'm there or not, I just know this.
Yeah.
And the same vice versa. But there's guys who wake up and they put a post up on Instagram, and it's if they're carrying a gun or whatever that's making them popular, they good with that. I'm not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want mines off of pure talent. I'm looking for talent, not a gimmick.
So how do you determine? First of all, how do you find talent?
You know what? Actually, talent finds me.
Yeah. I was just about to say. Yeah.
Because if you go looking for it, you're going to look forever. So it's like I kind of just walk by faith and something crossed my path. And I pay attention to the talent, but over that is the hunger of the artist.
Okay. So what captures your attention? Like, is it somebody because, you know, a lot of people that listen to the show are aspiring artists or trying to be in the music industry the one way or another. And so everybody's trying to get on. And, and people, I think, are becoming confused because they don't really know how to reach people. And I feel like there's a lot of, I don't want to say scams, but it is kind of like, okay, pay me $100 and I'll play your song. But then the audience is a bunch of other artists, so nobody's actually listening with the intent to find talent.
Well, okay, so every person I have ever found that had talent wasn't on the radio, wasn't already doing something. They was being themselves.
Yep.
And I picked up on them being them, and they was dope at that.
Right.
So I don't want somebody who has to get in character to be dope.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you got it, you got it.
Right.
And I'm paying attention to your talent or your gift to understand where you should be at. And that's what I look at.
And then for me, see, first of all, you gotta be talented, yeah, but the hunger and the humility is the part of it. That's a big part too.
For sure.
Because I mean, dude over there always fly. He always flies a lot. But guess what? Nobody could ever say that dude don't have a certain humility about him to where he's not approachable. And artists don't understand that you had to have the balance of both. You know what I'm saying? It can't. You know, it's okay on your record. You know, I'm the best. You know, I'm that hot nigga. I'm the one. I ask artists this all the time. You know how many people say that they the best and they number one in their songs. Now, I'm not knocking it, but if you actually break it down and think about it, how is it possible for over 1 million people to all be number one? It's not even about being the best. It's about being confident in your craft, because if you don't believe it, nobody else gonna believe it.
Being the best in your craft, being the best at being you. I think that's key right there.
Give me one, Floss. Come on.
Being yourself.
Definitely.
That confidence, that hunger it's something that it's not about necessarily a swag. It's something deeper than that. It's deeper than just looking good. It's deeper than the appearance. It's really who you are internally and what you bring to the table in terms of your ability to be authentic and to be true to you and have that kind of.
Now hold on. I got to piggyback off that one because you just said one thing. You said it's deeper than the appearance. I'm going to have to reverse ding that one because, and I'm sure he agreed with me. Listen, image, as far as calling yourself being an artist, is everything.
Everything.
But,
bro.
But
everything.
I think for a lot of people that has to be developed though, because
it does.
But you have to. You can't give somebody a certain swag. They gotta have it.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So I take that back. So you do gotta have your own like innate swag. However, I think
so
as far as
so it's kind of like when we find an artist, it's kind of like looking at the Mona Lisa. It's not a real beautiful woman on there,
right?
But you have to convince them and make them believe and bring it out of them that this is a priceless situation and sell it.
Right.
So it's like sometimes artists driven by money that bring swag out, but those is some that just show up that just have like just regular regular stuff. They have that aura that has it.
It's the it
you
factor.
Gotta have the it factor.
The it factor is
real.
Then
you bring that out to show the world who they really are.
So do you feel like in a virtual society, an online world, is it hard to, if you see somebody, maybe somebody tags you like in an Instagram post or something and you happen to go look at their video, is it hard to gauge that it factor from a video or from an
you either
online
have it
persona?
or you don't.
So you think without meeting somebody in person, you can watch them and you can know if they got it or not?
Okay, so here's the thing. I'd rather meet them in person because, like he was just saying, outside of the talent, there's the humble, the humility, you know what I'm saying? That plays a long part because I probably had 15, 20 artists over the years. And some of them had it, but who they were as a person was not a good person. And it killed the whole situation because like you said, like he was just saying, like I've been a millionaire 2 times in my life, working on the 3rd one again, and I can sit here and be the humblest guy because I understand that, first of all, money don't make me. You know what I'm saying? I'm me.
Right.
Me. There's nothing else valuable in this world than me and, you know, what I created, my kids and all that. But, you know, so I go off that. So I would have to meet the person to know who they are and everything. Okay, so here's an example. When I found Nisha Nashay, she had 2 songs. I couldn't judge her off the 2 songs. I judged her off who she was and her story
So how did you find Nisha?
on Instagram.
Okay, so you just came across a post and was like, oh.
No, so prior to that, I was working with an artist named Pablo Skywalker. He was popping. His mom got involved. We kind of had a decision-making, separation thing. And so she went her way, I went mine. So I put up a post saying, I want to work with the next R&B singer. Everybody started shooting me text messages, songs. Nisha was one of them. I listened to 2 records and got on the phone with a few people. So I heard her story, and that's how I picked her.
Dope. Okay.
Off her story.
Real quick, before we get any further, we have 2 guests that just walked into the studio, so I want to give them an opportunity to introduce yourselves. So just kind of say who you are and what you do, and then we'll move on to the next, and then we'll get back into the conversation.
My name is Money Game DJ. I'm MGM Fat Boys manager, also CEO of Money Game Music Group.
I'm MGM Fat Boy. I'm the artist, CEO of the company. So.
Okay, cool. All right, so basically to fill y'all in, we're just kind of talking about, you guys are both born and raised in Detroit, Detroit-based? Okay. How long have you been doing music in one way or another?
Since like 2012.
Okay, so about 2012, and what about you, Fat Boy?
I just started, 2012 we've been messing with the music, but I just started being an artist myself like the last year and a half.
So what was your role prior to that?
Financer, like I was putting up a lot of the money for the studio time, the artists, things of that nature.
And what made you transition from being kind of behind the scenes to wanting to be an artist?
I made one song playing because I'm like the strip club guy, so I made a song playing around and then it just kind of took off and everybody was just vibing with it. So it went from that to me just telling my story completely. So
and me just pushing them, telling them that the opportunity is there for them. And since the opportunity was there, I just felt like that, he had the juice at the moment. So he just had to, we had to just work with what we had. So I had to try to make him believe that he can be an artist, because that was the hardest part, because he didn't believe he can really be an artist, because he was just stuck on being, the executive side. But it's working out, though.
Okay. So basically, to fill y'all in, just kind of talking about, like, the whole industry and how it's changed. You guys, we got Floss and Reek here have been in the game for over 20 years. So obviously a lot has changed. Do you feel like anything in the past, 5-6 years since when you first started until now, what kind of changes have y'all seen?
Social media presence. It's a lot easier for a lot of artists to get on with the social media, the SoundCloud, the way the music is distributed nowadays versus when Floss dropped 4.6 when he was talking crazy and had us all swerving in our cars in high school and going crazy. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have the opportunity. Him, E-Dub, Al Nuke doing this thing right now. So it's the social media that's kind of really getting everybody up out of here. Like it's just the social media presence that's helping plateau people to that next level. But you got to have that humbleness about yourself.
Mm-hmm. So for those of you who have been in the game for over 20 years, what would you say social media has done for the industry? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Does it make it easier? Does it make it harder?
I would say it's good and bad. So it's a good thing because it's offer opportunity to everybody. Like, artists popping up every day. Actually, you don't even need a label, like a major label, to even sign you today, and you can do the same thing just off the internet and the same way.
What would you say for somebody who is in a position deciding whether they want to stay independent or they want to sign with a label? What are some of the benefits or advantages and disadvantages of signing with a label versus being independent?
Okay, so here's my situation. I had an artist that was popping before I signed to a label. I had all the freedom to move how I thought and felt I should move, which created the momentum for this artist. The moment I signed with a label, I became stuck in a 60 to 90 day term on decision making. So the artist died down because if they have an idea for the next 60 to 90 days, I have to follow that idea, whether it works or not. I just can't jump in front of them and do whatever because there's 50,000 behind that 90-day idea.
Right.
So if it don't work, I'm losing. Then when it don't work, they got to go back to their boardroom meetings and figure it out. But in the midst of that, there's another artist on their label that's popping, so the budget gets transferred when I get stuck. So truthfully, I would never sign a record label again unless the artist is already in momentum and already popping, and that way I can negotiate the terms how I want them.
So do you feel like that's how a lot of artists get signed and then shelved?
Yeah, of course.
Like,
Of course.
Sure.
They get shelved because of the label don't jump in on their momentum and know how to capitalize off of it. So when they die, they move on.
Yeah.
And whose responsibility do you feel like that falls on? Should that fall on the manager? Like, whose responsibility is it? Is it the label's
No,
responsibility?
it's totally the label, but they got 50 other artists.
And see, and this is what I would say too. I think that artists that are trying to get in the game and their end game is getting signed and getting out there. I think that they putting the cart before the horse totally. Like first of all, you got to be in the game because you love this shit. If you love this shit, then you could give a fuck whether you sign or not. You can give a fuck whether you got whatever in your pocket, because the purity of just doing it out of love, people are gonna gravitate towards that. Your energy gonna be out there. So it's not about a deal. It's about you believing in you. And then organically just putting
your music out
getting it out there.
Well, the only thing a deal can help you today is give you the money to put up. And if you got your own money, you don't need them. Because I was in a situation where I watched them spend money on things I could have spent money on myself. And I'm like, so I kept asking this, where's the magic button? Because I always see artists that get signed and then they blow up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, where's the magic button? They like, there's no button.
It's just the money.
It's just the money, but here's the thing. By the time they introduce the artist to you, they already been popping and signed. You just didn't know it. So they're actually waiting on the artist to take off. Yeah. So there's a few Detroit artists now that sign, but nobody knows it.
Okay.
But they're moving accordingly. But the moment they announce that they're signed, the expectations change.
Yeah.
So now everybody looking at this artist like, why you ain't got a song with Jay-Z? Why you ain't doing a song with Rihanna?
Yeah.
And that's what happens. So now what you're doing now is no longer good because you're signed. So show me something great.
Well, see,
That's kind of what happened with the Doughboys, though.
No, it happened with everybody.
Like when the Doughboys got signed and, with Jeezy, everybody was, why
the
they
expectations
ain't this?
went
Why
through
they
the
ain't
roof.
that? Why?
Yeah.
So, and then I can imagine that's hard as an artist because, you might be in a situation where, like you say, everything might not be working out financially because they got 60 to 90 days to decide what they're going to do with you every step of the way. And then you got people back at home, why you ain't doing this? Why you ain't got a song with Jay-Z? Why you ain't on the song with Rihanna? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then you steady trying to work, and then you got all these critics, you know what I'm saying, beating you down. So
well, you know why that is their motivation is wrong from the jump. See, they think that let me get in, let me grind, get it, and when I get the deal, I gotta kick, I can kick my feet up and chill. When you actually get the deal, that's when you gotta work the hardest. Like so
you gotta work super hard.
Period. So you feel me?
That
So look, at the end of the day, the key is get in, work hard, work harder, and then when you get done working hard, work even harder. And when your legs get weak, that's when you keep going even harder.
Yeah,
and when your hands
that's when it kicks
don't
in.
work no more, use the nubs. Like you can't stop.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Period.
Right.
You never stop fighting.
it's a grind every day. That's why, you see artists like Beyonce ain't took a break. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a grind every day, especially when you want to be on a certain plateau in the game.
Yeah.
I guess it all depends on, where you see yourself at.
I kind of agree with Floss, though. You got your own money. You really don't need a label. You could do a lot of stuff on your own, like E40 and a couple other artists did it out the trunk forever.
If you got your own money and hustle, you good. That's it.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, some of them able to do it without the money, just with the hustle.
Yeah, definitely.
It didn't happen.
I mean, you got TuneCore right now. You can go drop it on TuneCore.
Right.
If you
All
got
my music on
access
TuneCore.
to playlists on Spotify, everything is social media. Everything is on your phone now. So you can run a label off your phone technically. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So what would you say for somebody who's an artist, but then you've also, are on the other side of it? Is there one that's easier than the other?
You know what? Look, this really what it came down to. So, we were just talking earlier. You just came back from London. I just came back from ATL, and I know Floss move around all the time. sometimes it's not even about the music and has nothing to do with it.
Right.
People don't listen. It's called the music industry.
Yeah.
Right.
Guess what? The industry side of it is 98%.
Business.
Your music is only 2%.
Yeah.
So I'm just giving an example of me. I went down there for A3C in Atlanta. I didn't even plan on performing. They requested for me to perform. I wound up, doing the remix that I did to Kendrick. But when we was down there, one of my artists, Drew, Drew performed.
Okay.
Went down there and killed it. But guess what? The performance was the smallest thing that occurred down there.
Oh, I'm sure.
It was minuscule compared.
Yeah.
Because we was with Wu-Tang all day. Wu-Tang manager took to Drew, liked him, like, oh man. And guess what? The song represented Drew, but at the same time, I did the beats. He was like, oh man, your production dope. So guess what that did? That opened it up wide open. So you got to look at the bigger picture. We down there with RZA. We all this RZA. They've been in the game 25 years, but guess what? He doing movie scores and stuff like that. Now RZA's manager, because I went down there with Drew, heard a beat that I did, so he can go to RZA and be like, yo, when you scoring that next movie, get a couple beats from him.
Right.
It had nothing to do with the performance. And it had, you feel me?
Absolutely.
So sometimes it's about being in the right space at the right time.
time.
Then we down there
Making the right connection.
and then it's chess moves, and we can move on to the next thing. So, hey, we I don't know, Floss, did you ever used to hoop at Oak Park?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so back then, Kid Vicious, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I know him as Marcus because that nigga had a crossover. Nobody could stay in front of this dude. Nobody.
Right.
And guess what? I was the one with the purple Vince Carter jersey, flying in and dunking on everybody because I thought I was Vince.
Right.
Okay, so we get to A3C. I see Royce up on the stage, and I'm like, yo, okay, cool. Man, we repping and everything. And I was just telling Drew, I was like, man, I wish Marcus was here because, I would just run up to him and reconnect. And then I looked on the stage, Mark then got stick. That's Kid Vicious. I said, bro, he up there. I said, watch this. Chess move. Now, Royce hometown dude, I don't know Royce. I know Marcus. So as soon as they came off the stage, I was like, Drew, watch this. Walk right past Royce, stood in front of Vicious, and was like, Marcus. He looked, I took my shade down. He was like, yo, boom, reconnected. So guess what? At the end of the day, now if I need to do anything,
Right.
if there's a link with Royce, that's gonna go through. I don't have you see me. It's chess moves. This game ain't checkers. It's chess.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's one thing I learned though. Just being new in the game, it's all about relationships and just building connections. Like I tell them all the time, like man, music is a small percentage of it, man. It's all about the business side of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's why a lot of artists end up getting cheated out of their money and everything because they don't take the time out to learn.
They don't understand. They don't get it.
The business side. They don't take out the time to learn about publishing and what their rights is and how they get their money. And so, and that's what I did. I took the time out to re-educate myself. And I remember the first time when I first started, I reached out to Floss. I reached out to a couple people, that was in the city doing their thing, man. And Floss was a real dude, man. I always respected this guy, man, because he DM'd me back though, man. He answered my question, man, and he told me whenever I needed to know some more, to hit him up. You don't get a lot of those type of people, man, in this game, man, because everybody looking to make a dollar. It's always, I know the secret, so I'll tell you for a couple dollars.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So when you find a person that's willing to, give you a little game, man, that's always good. So them connections is important, definitely.
For sure. So now, because a lot of this is about the industry, would you say that obviously what keeps you in it is the passion, right? So is it that you're passionate about music, you're passionate about the business? Like, what is it that really keeps you in 20, 25 years going strong, despite the fact that I know it's a lot of bullshit you got to deal with, and there's a lot of ups and downs, and there's probably a lot of missed opportunities maybe, or opportunities?
Well, with me, okay, so this is the funny thing. I spent well over $1 million into the music business trying to get in it. So that's love. But my overall was I like to do shit that I win at.
Right.
That's it. I got a love for music, and until I win, I'm going to keep going at it.
Now, have you always done music full time?
Yes.
Always.
I got kids that was raised off my whole career.
Man, I'm one of them. I remember being in elementary school and
You don't want to see
Listen.
me in my 4 points. Hey, Bob used to put up on the block.
Ballin' like King Tuck. Nigga, what? 2 rollies, somebody better.
Home.
You know what I'm saying?
Every
Shit,
day we
yeah.
heard that song.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
So that's you know, it's got to be in your heart. You know what I'm saying? It's something that some people wanted to play basketball, some wanted to play football. Music was me. That was my thing.
I think we've been around it for like 10 years now. So like we started with Baby Ray and Costa Nostra, Lil Mike, Billy Deuce, 3. We was part of that franchise, and then we went out on our own. We was doing our own events, throwing parties and stuff, and then like music always been a part of like entertainment with us anyways. Like so we always was wrapped up in the situation, whether it was throwing parties or being on concerts or doing whatever. So like you said, it's the love of it, it's the passion. You know, like the me personally, the smiles I get, the love, the fans, like it's a couple kids that just really got me doing it. It's 2 people that if my music was complete garbage, just their presence and how they make me feel, and my kids when they hear my voice, and Naira, Drew, when they hear me talking,
It's priceless.
it's priceless. Like my man told me before, he said he don't know what he'd do if I stop rapping. And I'm like, bro, like I be just telling my story, saying, you know what I'm saying, doing whatever I'm doing. So he like, man, if you stop rapping, I don't know what I'll do. So it's love sometimes.
So the answer on my side, you was asking what?
I was gonna come to you because I knew you had something to say.
Yeah. You know what? I would say the majority of it is love for sure, because again, it's not even just about the money. It's not really just about the music for me. Like, I love the developmental process. I love negotiating deals. I love using, you know what I'm saying? It's really mental exercise for me because, you know, being able to look at situations, sizing it up. Like I said, it's chess. So I like looking 20 to 25 moves down the board, like almost on some domino stuff. Like, okay, so I know that when I say this to him, it's going to cause him to do this. And then I'm going to talk to this person and bring them in, and then just pushing it and just watching the dominoes fall. Like, that type of fascination is what I get from the game. You know what I'm saying? So, it got to be about the love. Everybody's not successful at it, but like, I'll use this as an example, and then we can move to the next spot. You heard of fishing before, right? Mm-hmm. In your opinion, is fishing the fascination with it actually catching the fish?
That is the experience.
It's the experience of fishing, of trying to catch it.
Yeah.
So now if you catch a whole bunch of, you know, my dad a fisherman. Yeah. He'd sit out there for 5-6 hours. If he don't catch a fish, he was actually happy with the process of fishing.
Because half the time people just throw them back anyway. It's just it's the experience.
So you know, for us, I mean, we could have been doing a lot of stuff. I mean, you know, gangbang
you really
was
asked me if I had ever heard of fishing, though?
No, not heard of it.
I was like,
the
you
concept
like, okay, I
of
got
it.
you. I was
But,
like, yeah.
Look, gangbangers been around us forever. Killers, drug dealers. We could have been indulging in all of that different stuff. This is what we loved and kept us focused on.
This what captured the love.
Yeah.
Right. That's dope. Okay, that's a good concept. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the break real quick. And we actually have a song from Fat Boy. It's called Broke No More. You know that? Do you want to say anything or introduce it?
This is my single. It's been played all on WJLB. I've been performing it state to state for like the last year. So
perfect.
We can get into it.
Okay, so we're going to play that song. And when we get back from break, we've got 2 new guests that we're going to introduce into the conversation.
Champagne on the ground, I've been down, I ain't broke no more. I used to come around, hear them niggas talking down. I'm a motherfucking dime, bet they won't know more. Look, throwing money at the ceiling, spilling champagne on the ground. I've been down, I ain't broke no more. I used to come around, hear them bitches talking down. I'm a motherfucking dime, bet they won't know more. Bag just dropped, hell yeah, that's what I'm trying to hear. This is my year and I'ma shine like a chandelier. Audemars Rolex, wait, moving Bowflex. $10,000 Ruchis riding on the Corvette. Place your bet, sweet life with no Zach. Red bottoms, 2 stacks, me and my bitch, we did that. Car D's up, I'm like, where the fuck the weed at? He said AZ is where the fuck we need to be at. Southwest.com, 2 round trips, yeah, we need that. Take 20 bands, flip it to 100, can you believe that? Bro, man, so good, such 100 grams to 30 racks. Last 2 years, we done ran through 100 racks. Yeah, and I'm just getting to the money, nigga, and I'm just getting to the money, yeah, I'm just getting to the money, y'all niggas out the man, cause I'm getting to the money. Champagne on the ground, I've been down, I ain't broke no more.
my city so I can flex with the pros. Silver rain of V-Line so I can bless these hoes. Cause their kids need shit and their baby daddy's broke. Last year I fell off, hoes thought it was a joke. Then I came back up, bitches thought it was a hoax. Hustler of the year, little nigga take notes. I was about to cop a vet, now I think I want a boat. Make your big C sick with my dick in her throat. When I come watch her gag like she hitting a high note. Yeah. Me and Black playing crazy, and the crazy niggas. Me and Diz playing crazy, and the crazy niggas. Me and Rue playing crazy, and the buses on your bitch. We be doing that shit daily. Me and Black playing crazy, yeah. Me and Diz playing crazy, nigga. Me and Rue playing crazy, when the buses on your bitch. We be doing that shit daily.
Throwing money at the ceilings, spilling champagne on the ground. I've been down, I ain't broke no more. I used to come around, hear them niggas talking down. I'm a motherfucking dime, bet they won't no more. Look, throwing money at the ceiling, spilling champagne on the ground. I've been down, I ain't broke no more. I used to come around, hear them bitches talking down. I'm a motherfucking dime, bet they won't no more. Yeah.
Bro?
All right, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And we're back. So, again, that was MGM Fat Boy, Broke No Mo. And that he's been playing that song all over the country, performing it. It's on WJLB. Tell me a little bit about that song.
Okay, that's the song that I did that I said, like, you know, playing around. We was in the studio.
Oh, that was the song. Okay.
Yeah, me and my guy Rue was in the studio. He made the hook. I had wrote the verse like a year ago before my homeboy had passed. And I'm like, man, you know, he Rue the rapper. So I'm like, I'm about to rap this. So I went in there and did the first verse. He like, bro, you might as well do a second verse. That's going to be your single. I'm like, I ain't rapping. You know what I'm saying? So then I went in, made a second verse. He was on it. He's like, bro, that's cold. So we got it mixed and mastered. I was working at V Live with Freddie, you know, throwing parties, managing and stuff. Mm-hmm. And DJ Snook was here. He's a DJ from Houston. Mm-hmm. He was here. So I had put the CD, let me put the, you know, emailed him the music. He played the song. The girls liked the song. They didn't know who it was for a minute. Then they found out it was me. Then all the other local DJs picked it up. So, I mean, it went from there. We just ran it up from there.
Good shit, good shit. Okay, so now I promised everybody we had 2 more guests joining us after the break, so I want to give them an opportunity to introduce themselves.
Oh, shit.
Anybody?
DJ Limelight, I'm in the building. You know who it is.
RJ Lamont in the building.
Okay, so tell me, so
Always tripping.
I was about to
You
say
gotta
that.
add that. You gotta add that.
so DJ Limelight, tell me a bit about your kind of backstory. How long you been in the game? What do you do exactly?
I mean, I've been DJing since like 07. I ain't gonna lie. I went to school in Ohio, Bowling Green. You know, got a degree, and then I was just like, you know, I did that for my mama. I really want to, you know, do music. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. So you didn't. So what did you study at Bowling Green?
I did communications and business.
Okay.
So I graduated. I ain't like I dropped out. You know what I'm saying? I got my degree, but you know, just kept it rolling. I did radio at Toledo 97.3. Then I came here. I was doing guest mixes, and then you know what I'm saying, I helped Dej pop off, and then you know the rest is just we still working.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
My cousin was a rapper, and that's how he got started. He was already popping. He got signed. So
What's your cousin's name?
his name was Tone.
He's from Detroit.
Yeah.
You guys both born and raised. Well, you went to school in Ohio, but y'all both born and raised in Detroit.
Oh, yeah, I'm born and raised here. Yeah.
Okay.
I went
I'm
to
from the east
school out
side.
there, though.
From the east side.
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing music or in the business?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I grew up in it. My cousin was a rapper, and I was like,
So always.
yeah, since I was like 11, 10.
Okay. All right. So have y'all always? I know you went to school.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Have you-
I ain't know
I
that.
ain't know that either. Shit.
See, it's a small world. It's a small world. Because y'all all know each other. Like, I was literally, when I was trying to put this show together, I'm trying to reach out to people, and I don't really know exactly what I'm doing because I just moved to Detroit about 2 years ago, so I still don't know everybody, but I'm learning and I'm meeting. But as I started putting the pieces together, and then I would start mentioning, like, yeah, I know him. Yeah, I know him. I'm like, damn, everybody know each other. Like, this is dope. Because so one of the things that I've been really kind of excited about as I've been starting to kind of pursue this is just how much I feel like the Detroit hustle, like the Detroit grind, like everybody who is on their shit and about their business is, for the most part, through my experience, really good at looking out for one another and really cool with each other. Like, I know Detroit gets a bad rap, but I haven't really come into a lot of situations where people are like, oh, fuck that dude, or like, I ain't fucking with that person. Like, everybody seems pretty legit and willing to look out for one another and cool with one another. So I appreciate that. And I'm glad that everybody knew each other and was just like, yeah, he cool, we go way back. I was like, hell yeah, this is exciting. I love this. It makes me mad. I don't know why Detroit gets such a bad rap, because there's so many dope ass people here.
It's older. It's an old stigma that's on the city. Like,
yeah.
It ain't the same.
But the thing is, the funny thing is, especially like, you know, a lot of artists lean on the fact that the rap is there, and they kind of use it as their like little shield, like don't fuck with me, I'm from Detroit, you know how we get down.
That's true.
And that's really what perpetuates it. But for real,
But don't get it twisted. Even though everybody's cool, still Detroit don't fuck with it.
like look, this I heard somebody put it this way, and I had never heard it being said this way, but it was like, you know, Detroit is for real a mirror. Like, you gonna get what you put out. So if you come in on some cool shit, you gonna get cool shit.
Yeah.
If you come in with that bullshit, you're gonna get the bullshit. It don't
Most
matter.
definitely.
Look, from the
I know y'all
thugs,
had
from the
those,
nine
man.
thugs, from whatever. Anybody know me? I'm not a thug or anything. But if you bring some bullshit, it's a problem.
be some bullshit,
But
for
that's
sure.
for everybody. So
Right.
if you don't cool, it's whatever. We good.
Cool. So let me ask, I want to ask everybody, we'll go around the table and ask, what would if you could give one piece of advice to somebody who wants to be either a DJ, artist, producer, or something of the like, what would be your one piece of advice that you give? And we'll start with you, DJ Limelights.
I just say you gotta have some thick skin to be in this business, just because it's so evil, you know.
It's evil.
It's just
Okay,
an
so
evil business, you know.
talk about like something that you have found that you was just like, damn, that was.
I mean,
real
I
evil.
really, I mean,
You got a lot of that.
You
got a
go
lot
through
of
so
that.
Having enough
much.
time on the show.
You go through so
Man.
much little garbage.
It's so
in it
much of
with the-
that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm used to it. I keep pushing. So,
Okay.
but that's my
But
advice.
negativity definitely there. Like, people will tell you in a minute that ain't what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to stay doing this and doing that.
Yeah.
But it's people. Every artist not gonna be likable. It's people that hate Beyonce. It's people that hate.
Right.
I heard a kid tell me the other day, like, Jay-Z was whack. I'm like, Jay-Z. Like, how can you say Jay-Z of all people? Like, but he don't know who Jay-Z is. He didn't come up off that
Right.
music, so I had to respect and understand his opinion on that situation. So it's definitely like hit and miss. Like, you gonna either be liked, loved, or hated.
Okay.
The key to it is, for real, don't stop. Floss, no, I don't even gotta say no names. Niggas know around here I done been cheated out of millions because people done built careers off of my shoulders and went and didn't do the reach back. You feel me?
I feel like that
Evil
happens a
don't even
lot.
describe
Definitely.
what exists in this industry. But the thing is, you know, like they say about diamond, you know, you keep pressurizing coal, you get a diamond. I'm for sure a diamond right now because I had incentive to stop a long time ago.
Right.
You feel me? So you can't stop. That's what I would say. Don't stop.
Thick
When you don't
skin.
want to, when you want to stop, that's when you should. Keep
All
going.
right. So thick skin, don't stop. What would your advice be?
Man, educate yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
On
I
the
think
industry, on the business.
this period,
Yeah.
just educate yourself about what it takes to be an artist. You know what your manager is supposed to do. You know what a record label is supposed to do. Just
Man.
educate yourself, because I just think that's the one thing that kills a lot of us, man, is that, you know, like, you hear stories all the time about people, man, sell millions of records and they end up broke as
New
hell.
edition.
And you be like, man, how the fuck is he broke, man? This motherfucker was hot as hell. But that's because, man, when you're not educated on how that money get trickled down, when you're not educated on the budget, you know, because, you know, the crazy thing about it is I remember watching the movie Ray, and it was one part in there, man, where Ray was talking to the guy that I guess was Lil Richard. And Lil Richard told him, like, man, when you get down, sit down with them people and they look you in your eye and they ask you, what do you want? You got to know what you want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so you got to know what you want out the game, and you got to know how to present it to them. Because if you go to that table and talking like you don't know what you're talking about, You know what I'm saying? They
So you
gonna
gotta-
treat you just like you don't know what you're
Right.
talking about.
Be educated, focused, know what you want. So, Floss a lot. What would be your one piece of advice to somebody who was wanting to get into the industry?
I'm kind of with him on that though. A lot of artists today don't know the difference between what the label do and what a manager do. They think the manager's supposed to spend money.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
The manager
Man.
don't spend a dime.
They don't, man.
Okay.
You
Say
know,
that
so I'm
again.
kind of with him. But my overall is would be do it for love, not the money.
Yep.
So I have a
Because
question.
if you in it for the money, you're going to always hit a brick wall. You're going to
Ah.
always get upset, and you're going to always get cheated. Somebody there to teach you every time.
So I have a question though, because you said the manager is really not supposed to spend no money. But as somebody who has kind of played that role, have you ever been so passionate about an artist that you go ahead and you back them in
course.
certain areas?
Well, that's why I said in certain
Yeah.
situations, I was the label, but I played the manager
Yeah.
because there's nobody else that's going to wake up and do what I do.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do it myself.
Exactly.
But if there was somebody, then I would let the manager play his role.
Mm-hmm.
And he don't supposed to spend no money. He recoups. He gets 20-30% of depending on what they negotiate out of
Right.
it. But he don't spend money. He brings his time, his assets, his power to the table to make things happen for that artist.
Right.
The label fronts the money for whatever else need to be spent.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people think, like, I get people hit me up, be like, bro, I need you as a manager, bro. All I need you to do is help me get some videos and spend some
Yeah.
money on this. I'm like, no.
That's not what I do.
And-
Or
Like-
I'd be like, manage what?
yeah.
That's the $1 million question.
Because a lot of people think they need a manager for
Ain't
what?
got shit to manage.
What do
got
you got to
nothing.
manage?
Right.
So you got to have something for me to manage. You got to at least start it off. Go get it popping, then I can take it to another level.
So let me ask you a follow-up question. So as an artist, if you could only have like one person on your team, whether it be a booking agent or a manager or like whatever, would it be a manager? Like you got to have a
as
manager.
an
but
artist,
also
what do you
as
mean?
an artist.
You asking me?
I'm asking you what you feel an artist would need if they could only have one person on their team. One.
It ain't no one.
Yeah,
It ain't
because
no one
that's
thing.
a
Like,
hard one. But
If an artist got one thing, then they losing.
But if it, because
Right.
here's the thing, an artist can have me and they're gonna get it all.
Right.
Because I know there's so many key elements. I'm
So
not
many
gonna
different-
stop at one. I'm
Yeah.
gonna do what I don't supposed to do.
Right. So
You
it's
know what
more
I'm
than
saying?
just managing. Sometimes you're playing a
Period.
booking agent. You
I
playing
mean,
all
here-
sometimes
manager,
you gotta
playing-
play all of
Here's
it.
the thing.
PR.
How bad do you want it?
Yeah.
That's what it depends on. How bad do you want it? If you want it bad enough, I'm gonna beat all y'all in this room.
You have
Right.
to, yeah.
Gotcha.
and even if you're doing a great job, if I feel you slacking, I'm gonna do your job too.
Yeah.
Because I want it.
Yep.
We'll figure it out when it comes. But right now, if you need a step to go up, I'm gonna help you.
Gotcha.
That's it.
Especially
So I'm
if
gonna
you
play
worth
every
it.
part.
Especially if you worth it. Like
For
you said,
sure.
I get artists all the time, and I'm new. They be, oh man, I need you to manage me. I want you to manage me. And the one thing I tell about them, I tell everybody is, you gotta be willing to invest into yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of people don't be willing to invest into themselves, and I think that'd be a
Definitely.
lot of
Yeah.
a problem.
I know
you
that's a problem or issue because I didn't spend probably $200,000 this last year just traveling, videos, rooms, marketing, all kind of stuff. We didn't just blew money, just having fun, going to clubs, showing
Jumping
out,
on
let
shows
us know when we
and
there,
all
jumping
that
on
stuff.
shows,
Yeah.
doing our own concerts, losing our shirts just to perform in front of these bigger artists. So I know firsthand of the investment process.
For sure. So what would your one piece of advice be to from someone who you came from behind the scenes and now you're an artist?
Oh, stick to it.
So just stick to it. It's
because
the
like
same thing.
I started picking up money for dancers at a titty bar, and I own a titty bar now. So like you could do whatever you put your mind to. You could, whatever your dream is, follow behind it. Like I said, my side of this on being with the music, I just want to open the door for my other artists on my label to really get them where they need to be. I'm gonna use my popularity, my financing, my funding, my whatever I gotta do to make this transition easier and smoother for them, because I'm gonna tell my story, but they really need to tell theirs.
Right.
They, you know what I'm saying? So it's a give and a take. Like right now, I'm like, okay, I'm investing this to get this on the back end, but it's not about the money, like they said. Like right now, I'm having fun. I'm enjoying. If it's not fun to you, it's not nothing you want to do.
Right.
And I'm having fun, no matter whether I'm winning or losing in the situation. I'm having fun.
Right. Okay, cool. So RJ Lamont, what would you say would be the one piece of advice you would give to somebody who wanted to get into the industry?
Get your money and fuck these hoes.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to elaborate a little bit.
I'm gonna need to hear this too.
That's a good piece
fuck
of
the
advice.
hoes as like fuck them, get rid of them, or
No. Because when you got your moment to shine, bro, just run through all.
Oh,
for real?
Because after it's over
He
with,
said
Is
it's
that
over
is
with.
that your advice?
He said,
Yeah, because when it's
Get
over
money
with,
and fuck hoes.
when it's over with, it's gonna be over with.
Oh,
But it don't have. But it don't
Alrighty.
have to be over with.
man, get money and make sure you invest that money too.
I mean,
But-
I ain't say spend the money. I said get it.
just like get it.
Get
Fuck
money and
hoes.
fuck hoes. Where the hoes come from, bro?
They everywhere.
But that shit comes outside of you. You should get them regardless, right?
Man.
Not necessarily.
That's
Mark
a,
J be
Well,
always
shit.
tripping.
I don't know.
That's the only advice
My
I
life a
have.
little different. Man.
Nah, but if I had some positive advice, it'd be like it'd be shoot a whole bunch of videos. Just shoot a whole bunch of videos. Shoot a whole bunch of videos.
videos. What's all about
I'm sitting on
videos?
like
Million
6-7
videos.
videos right now.
You
I
need to put out
haven't
at
dropped
least
anything.
you need to put out at least like 3 videos a month for sure. If you want people to even pay attention to what you're
Really?
doing.
Let me just say this. RJ always tripping.
He always
always.
I do remember that from earlier when he was introduced.
That's
thought,
all I
yeah,
can
yeah.
tell you. RJ just
now you
said,
see why. Now,
Get
now
money,
you see
I
fuck
get it.
why.
hoes.
All right, cool.
That was a dope man line right there, bro.
I was like,
Hey,
When
hey,
you don't have no future and you don't know what's gonna happen. I've been there. But
You have
you
no
don't say
future,
that
fuck
in
the
you know
music.
what? He make dope beats though. Get beats from him.
Hey.
Yeah.
Get beats from him.
For sure.
get money,
You know,
fuck
the-
hoes, and
the-
get
the
beats from
advice I
RJ.
don't know.
This
Get beats
nigga
from him.
RJ, bro.
Everybody says some positive shit.
Never
RJ
put
like,
you on the music
fuck
panel.
these hoes, get this money.
First
Get
time
money.
last time, right?
Fuck all you.
Just run through them all. Just fuck it. Just run through them all.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, that was your
Damn,
advice.
RJ.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll drink to that one right there.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
So
I don't even know where to go
I
from
don't-
there.
that shit
You're
just
like,
confused the
damn.
fuck out of me right now. It was just like it was like the little kids. Oh yeah, how
So-
you doing today? I like turtles.
So RJ, you don't have a plan.
Nah, I got a plan, but
Well,
mean,
shit,
it just-
it was get money and fuck hoes.
I mean,
That it sums it up, right?
that gotta be something with the plan though. You focus on getting your money.
I like turtles.
But you got a kid now, right?
Yeah.
He wants more.
You don't want to build for your kid, get that to going,
That's why you
start
gotta
different
get you-
companies, start like
That's why you got to get the money. That's the whole point. I mean, I didn't elaborate on what get money mean. I just said that
because you just summed it up to like
yeah. What I meant was more so just like focus on your money, like focus on yourself, like focus on making your own money, bro. Just make it, and don't worry about nobody to like try to put you on, because they gonna leave you when they get on, for sure,
Right.
for sure.
yeah, definitely.
So
If you
focus
let
on
'em.
yourself, get your money up
Get your
front.
cheese.
I
You
agree
let
with
'em.
that.
You know this. Now I'm gonna piggyback on that based on what my man over here. What's your name again, bro?
DJ.
DJ. All right. So look, at the end of the day, this is where you gotta. Any of y'all artists that's trying to get on, if you have not, and I'm gonna challenge y'all. If you have not went to Borders and purchased the book, it's not even that damn fucking expensive. If you
Only
if you-
5% bought
listen,
that book.
If you can blow money on hoes and clothes and all of this shit that nobody knows, and you need to go and buy the book. Everything you need to know about the music business by
Or-
Donald Passman.
or
it's a few others.
Or you can just YouTube it now.
Yeah, okay, YouTube it.
It's free.
Yeah, free. Look, check this out. Because guess what?
Okay, I'm gonna put that in the link.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put
look,
that in the link,
look.
the
It's-
description to this podcast, so
it's
y'all
free.
can click on the
Sit
link.
there and listen.
Get money, fuck hoes.
Look,
I'll
because
hashtag that. Get money, fuck hoes.
because
we got a
real
lot
talk.
of gems here we can drop.
because real talk, the reason why I said that is if you're not willing to sit down and read, because our people don't read enough, but if you're not willing to read and educate yourself about this game then get out the game. Get the fuck out. You're not welcome here, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna get in and you're gonna get fucked and royally, because they're gonna be like, oh yeah, his song is dope. Yeah, my song is dope. I'm the best. Okay, for real. All right, so you got a publishing company set up. What's that? You know, no offense, but get money, fuck hoes. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna write up this contract, and while you doing that,
Get money,
sign right
fuck
here.
hoes.
Sign right here. Okay, boom. Then your song come out. You #1 in the country. You got this. You just here. Where
Get
my
money,
check at?
fuck hoes.
All your money is in their account, and you might get a few if you get anything. Oh no, matter of fact, we spent $50,000 to get
Tupac.
you there. So now you
Tupac
owe us.
Central.
You owe us. You feel me? So you got to educate. The only way you're not gonna get fucked is if you know what to do to not allow yourself to get fucked. An attorney told me before, whatever is within the four corners of the document is the only thing that will stand legally. So if all of the shit that's in there ain't there, no matter like, oh yeah, I'm a hook you up. Like, okay, yeah, but what about my publishing? Or what I'm gonna get off records? Oh no, get money, fuck hoes, nigga, sign right there.
Don't worry about it. I got you, baby. I got
feel
you.
me?
You want some hoes, right? I got you.
Right. No. So what would y'all say for artists who are trying to do it independently, or even producers who got beats and stuff out there, and obviously their shit is getting stolen? Like, as far as copywriting your music, like, do y'all?
Let's give RJ another shot. Go ahead.
RJ,
Oh,
okay,
no.
we gonna.
I kind of be up on top of my copyright. Like, as soon as the song come out, I kind of just publish it instantly, like, soon as it come out.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't just miss out on
So
it.
you got it. So
But no, I have been, like, screwed over. That's why I have to get money from.
yeah, that's.
So
So I know, like, if you don't register your own songs, or if you don't know about, with producers, to be honest, with producers, it's actually the most, like, messed up, like, out of the whole entire music industry in Detroit, especially. It's like for producers, because all the rappers, all the DJs, everybody else is kind of making money, but the producers ain't really making money because don't nobody really know how to register their music. And the people
Right.
that do know
That's why I
ain't
brought
telling
it
the
up,
producers.
because I know it's a
Well,
lot of
see,
people out here getting fucked.
well, look. So I'll go so far as to say this. I care enough about anybody who's passionate about this industry and particularly care about my city enough. If you don't know, and I'm sure he'll echo this, call and fucking ask.
Definitely.
I'll answer the
Simple as
question.
that.
I don't. You ain't.
Nah, hey,
you
but
feel-
I ain't gonna lie, it ain't that easy, because I went years with just asking people, and everybody was telling me the wrong way to do it.
No, but we never had a conversation. I
Yeah,
guarantee.
I know,
If
me and you.
yeah,
But you know, you just call somebody. A lot of people ain't gonna tell you. If you don't know, nobody's just gonna tell you.
I'm just giving a public service announcement. I am not a lot of people.
So-
I'm Reek. At the end of the day, anybody who want to know, I will tell you.
So what do they have to do, RJ?
For what I learned recently. Wait, I'm not telling nobody the process if you don't know.
What you see,
Oh,
that's,
see,
that's
you
the
one
thing.
of those
See,
people and shit.
you just
said
became
they
what you don't
wasn't-
wanna be.
Yeah, that's why I asked you that.
Ain't nobody tell me.
No, but listen.
But
listen.
you gotta tell them.
That's
You
why
gotta
you're
educate
here,
them,
though.
bro.
So that, like, you gotta.
We the only ones that can change the game. Look,
Exactly.
and then I gotta. So what he just said, he said, as soon as the song come out, that's when I publish it. No, it got to be published, and the business got to be taken care of before that bitch even come close.
Paperwork.
to
I ain't gonna lie.
Split
I ain't gonna lie.
sheet,
But a lot
everything's
of
supposed to
times,
be done.
a lot of times with like a lot of the artists I be working with, like I think I just did Side of CD. I don't even know which songs on the CD yet.
But you're supposed to do split sheets,
see,
as they
before-
say. They
I did
do.
split sheets on every beat, just every beat
So-
we did. We did like 100 songs, and we just did split sheets on all of them.
Well, see, on the split sheet, it's gonna tell you what percentage you get of the song.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't know which one's actually getting used.
Yeah, that's cool. But
Yeah,
But
no,
it
no,
don't
no.
matter.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, because he right. So look, if you done did split sheets on everything, you got to take 2 hours out your day, go pull up your ASCAP or your BMI and say, it's a song called Studio One. I own 50%. Register. It's another one called
200%. It's
Kleenex.
200%, bro. It's 200%.
Well, it
no,
depends on
no,
ASCAP or
I'm
BMI.
ASCAP.
It's not. It's not.
ASCAP
ASCAP
or
is
BMI.
50-50.
So it's
BMI is
50-50,
100.
100.
I know, my
BMI,
nigga.
yeah.
I know what I'm talking.
Oh man.
That's 200.
Yeah. So at the end,
You in here with vets.
you feel me? But that's the thing. You got to go in and register whether they come out or not. This is why you got to do it ahead of time. Take the time and do it, because guess what? When you shopping it, like you don't know what's gonna come out, and if somebody randomly call you and be like, "Oh, we gonna put this out," it's already registered. Then when we do get the release date, oh, I got a song coming out on such and such. I own this percentage. I had to do it with Melody. I don't know if y'all heard Ray J's song Melody that Ray J did. I wrote that one before it came out. When I got the called ASCAP, yo, I own this. Woo, 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 boom. And the reason why stuff like that happens is, and this actually happened on 2 occasions, right before the 2016 VMA Awards, MTV called me up, woke me up. I'm like, hello? Yeah, well, we were made aware that you own such and such percentage of the song Burn Brighter, performed by Pavlova. Like, yeah, that's what's up. Oh, yeah, well, the song is going to be played on the VMAs, and we're going to send you the contract, and this is how much you're going to make off it, but we have to get your permission before we air it. Okay, cool. Yeah, email it. You got my permission. Boom. They knew that the percentage of the song was already there because it was registered.
Because
Yeah.
it was
This
This
registered.
is why the
pull out.
pre-registration is
Yeah,
important.
'cause it was
Yeah.
registered.
Yeah.
You feel me? Same thing with the Ray J Baby special.
Yeah,
They-
you got-
VH1 hit me up. Oh, we're gonna be using it for this, and those is just, so you got to have the business together.
Right.
You gotta have it together, man.
Yeah. And that's why I asked that, because I know it's a lot of people who don't make that step. Like, they completely skip over it and they don't get their percentage. They don't get
Those
their
are
cut.
the ones that get
That's
screwed.
because it's people like RJ, man, who don't want to tell nobody the game.
You get money, fuck
Yeah.
us,
You
bro.
know what I'm saying? He don't want to tell
Hey,
nobody
listen,
the game, man.
Look, but
You know?
real talk though. This is why this forum like this is important, because guess what? I want everybody in our city to know
Shine.
what we know, and I'm not saying that we the Don Dada, we the Mecca, end all be all. Ain't about that. But if y'all at least all know what we know, that everybody as a whole is gonna kill it. Like I want it to be like the where look after this gone, we all should be like, hey y'all, let's go to Dubai real quick. Fuck it, Floss, we gonna use your jet. We out.
Some power
Boom.
moves.
Palmo, let's go take a meeting. The reason why we can't do that is because what people want to do is they want to get to their level of success and then tell everybody else, get like me.
Right.
No, why would I? Because guess what? When you fall and something happen,
There's nobody
you
else.
can, hey, I can't be like, yo, my man, bro, I need like 80,000 right now. I'm in a rough spot.
Get like me.
And you
That's
know,
what's gonna happen.
I hate when people say. I hate, you see people, man, like on YouTube and everything. They so-called want to give you advice and everything, but they don't tell you the steps. It's like you said.
I
like,
want you to pay $39.99.
Yeah.
Game is sold, not told, bro.
Yeah, but you know what? At the end of the day, man,
Money fuck hoes.
Right?
But here's the thing about
but-
that. But here's the thing about that. Your greatest asset is knowledge and information. And a lot of people, especially because I come from like a marketing background, so you give papers and steps and shit away for free because at the end of the day, not everyone knows how to implement that knowledge. So you might know it, but people still will pay you to be like, hey, I don't really know how to do this. Like, I know what it is. I know what I need to do. I just don't know how to do it because people don't have the hustle. People don't have the same type of work ethic as you. So people just don't know how to apply that knowledge. So you can still get your check. For sure, because not everybody can, but it's like dropping the jewels, giving people knowledge.
That person want to deal with you though. Like,
And
you
that's
tell
what I'm
me,
saying.
You tell me you do X, Y, and Z, and I'm like, okay, I know how to do X, Y, and Z, but okay, now I don't know how to get back to A. You got to show me how to get back to A, but I'm gonna pay you to show me how to get back
Boom,
to A.
that's a revenue stream right there.
Yeah.
Like for instance, bam, everybody know Nisha and Shay. You know what I'm saying? Those who for real know, and the hell of a tell you, Tierra Marie got her career because of what Lyric did. At the end of the day, boom. Okay, so any artist that want to get on and trying to like, they can ask the right questions it's asking the right questions to the right people, but asking the right questions.
Right.
But sometimes you don't even know what the fuck to ask because you don't know what's going on in the industry. You just know, you know what I'm saying, 7 Mile, Finkel, that like.
Well,
man.
from my approach, every artist has a different approach to them. So
For sure.
I can't make a plan for
Don't work
him
like
that I made for another artist because I got to figure out how he's moving and what they like about him to be able to put the plan behind it. So I couldn't sell you nothing for $39.99 and tell you the steps because I got to know the artist to figure out
Absolutely.
where we going.
For sure.
I mean,
That's how it works.
I think I just want to see. I'm just one of those people, man. Just want to see people win, man.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Always.
For
Like,
sure.
I
Always.
just I tell my people all the time, like, man, when I make it, I'm gonna be one of those people, man, that still gonna have an office here in Detroit. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Where I'm gonna be giving artists an actual chance to showcase their talents and like stuff like what Floss be doing with the showcase and stuff like that. Like people may not look at it because they may look at it like it's a small scale, but what you're doing is he's setting the president up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Somebody gets it.
somebody gotta be the one be like, you know what? Yeah, I may be up here, but I'm gonna get back down here and I'm gonna help lift my people
Absolutely.
up. Because at the end of the day, if we all winning, man, we
Can I
And
touch on
it
that?
gives
real
you a
quick?
chance to see who's popping and who's got
And not
next.
only that,
you
but
know?
it gives everybody an opportunity to network, to build relationships, to rub
Exactly.
elbows, just like we was talking about earlier. And to that point,
yeah.
what we was talking about earlier is just about creating an industry here. Because
Right.
right now, everybody is so solo dolo.
Fragmented.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
fragmented,
Yeah. So like, if we work together and put everyone on,
Yeah.
Part of it has to do with though what you just said. You said, well, when I'm up here, I read. The truth of the matter is, ain't no such thing as a up here and down here.
Yeah, definitely.
Just feel me for a 2nd, because for every dude that can up 50 grand and put it to his ear and say, "Yo, I'm like it, get like me," you got 20 other people around him that probably got 10 times more than that,
And
they
he's
just don't
steady
flip
trying
and
to come
floss it.
up.
Exactly. Jay-Z, I would imagine that everybody would imagine, oh man, if I can get the Jay-Z status, cool. And,
His friends
bro,
is worth
it's-
more.
Man, what is billionaires that Jay-Z can't rock with? So it's not it's not a number one. It's what's your goal?
You gotta start now.
Achieve.
exactly.
Keep building
achieving.
and don't look at it. It ain't no gold at the end of the rainbow for me because it ain't no end of my rainbow. As long as I got breath, that bitch is going.
Reach a goal, then get another
Period.
goal, then reach that goal and get another.
Period.
Keep going, keep
Yeah,
going, keep going. There is no end and there is no
Yeah.
top. There is no number one because once you get to your top, there's another top. There's always another level that you can get to.
Man.
So
There's always somebody on that level that's making you feel like you ain't did shit.
exactly, because the higher
No
you
matter
up you
High-
get,
higher
the
you
higher
get.
up you can see, and you like,
Exactly.
damn, these not that shit. I didn't even know it was people up here.
Hold up.
Like,
Go to the clouds. It's an atmosphere. Reach the atmosphere. It's a stratosphere.
For sure.
After the stratosphere,
It's a universe.
You feel
And
me?
there's
After
a
the
lot of
it's a
universes.
galaxy.
Yeah, there's a lot of galaxies.
and it's a million stars.
Yeah, definitely.
There's
So-
a lot of levels. There's a lot of
Man,
levels.
it
to
don't
this
stop.
shit.
Limelights, you being quiet. You gotta join
Hey,
in.
y'all-
Talk to us.
Y'all really got everything covered. I'm learning from y'all.
Right, that's how I'm
Fly on
learning,
the wall
okay.
right now.
Hey man, look, that's what it's about, man.
I think it's about educating each other,
That's what it
man,
is.
and you know,
Each other,
uplifting-
not
you
yourself.
know,
Each other.
uplifting each other. You know, like how he said, man. You know, sometimes you got to be stingy, man. You know, and I can see how, you know, as an artist, you know, you could be like, man, forget these motherfuckers, man. I'm gonna just get my
Nope.
money in. But at the end of the day, man, like I said, I see a bigger picture. I see, you know, like in my mind, what my vision is, I want to bring Motown back to Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just my personal vision. Like, I want to create something where all these artists, like how we just said, a lot of people don't know what it takes. They don't know about publishing. They don't know about copyright. They don't know about marketing. I want to create something where they can come and actually get what they need. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything they need, man, to help build their career.
Motown
For
never
sure.
left. It
You know what I'm
scattered.
saying?
There you go.
Scattered.
So here's the thing. We basically probably the third market of popping in artists right now.
Right.
Definitely.
Like, so
But
if
when
you consider
people-
Motown back, it's back. Like, we have more Detroit artists that's popping than any other state,
Ever.
really. Atlanta is up
And-
there, you know what I'm saying? But, like, New York don't even have as many artists we do right now.
Not even close.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Like-
we possibly second or third out here.
Like,
feel
I
that
ain't
some of
talking
it's
like,
I
I
think
ain't
it's
talking
Atlanta,
like,
Cali.
But here's
Then
the thing.
Detroit,
but
New
how?
York.
But
Florida
as
got
soon
a
as
lot of them
everybody
boys
get
too
on,
right now.
or they about
Yeah,
to get on.
but not.
Not really.
They got a lot of artists, but they ain't got as many as we got that got names that's popping.
Period.
Yeah.
Like, we got a bunch of artists that's
Dang,
out
see, I
here
mean,
that's in other cities. now.
Worries, L.
I mean,
like,
we-
there's a
No,
lot
not,
of-
Sure.
not even
Look,
them. I'm speaking
Kodak.
on. I'm speaking on the side of babies,
Yeah,
the
for sure.
All Star JRs, the Snap
we do.
Dogs.
We got a lot
they
of
in
popping
every,
artists,
they in
for
markets,
sure.
bro.
Like for real. Like
Yeah.
for real. Like,
But my thing is as people are coming up though, and I think that a lot of this kind of goes under the radar. But why, when as people are trying to start their career, trying to build it, they want to go to Atlanta. They want to go to LA. They feel like they got to leave Detroit. And my thing is, how do we
I'm
get
a-
that
Leave this
back?
motherfucker.
Where
Can
it's
I-
like
can
I
I-
want to
can I-
go
can I-
to
can I-
Detroit.
can I
I'm
jump
trying
on
to
that
get
one
popping.
first?
I want to go to
Can I jump on that one first? The only reason why I'm here in Detroit is because I love it and I got family here and I could go and thrive anywhere else. But there's so much talent here, I would rather build it here and make them come the fuck here. If I go and I leave and then I'm chilling off in the hills and I'm looking at like me, maybe it's just my conscience. I'm not okay with that. Now, I
Right.
couldn't make $100 million and then see talented motherfuckers like this around and be like, yeah, they should.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
so
So hold on.
just-
Let me say this.
and that's
okay,
what I'm
so
saying.
listen,
That's what I'm saying.
So with that being said, I feel y'all, but so there's a guy who says, you know, I want to make $1 million. I want to ride through the hood, show everybody I got a
You're gonna
Bentley.
die.
And
You're gonna die.
fucking exactly.
In 30 seconds, you're gonna
So
die.
what happens is you only rich around broke people. And when you get rich, the broke people gonna get you. So what happens is if you in Detroit and you get to so far, you gotta leave. But
Yeah, that's
so
true.
so let's take Big Sean for instance. He would love to come back, but I guarantee you, he stay here within a year. Something's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
But see, I don't know. I
it's a-
think that's the reason why Atlanta is popping because a lot of them artists, man, they get on and they stay there.
They
and
gone
But
right
they
now,
have a whole
You know what I'm
community
saying?
Okay,
though.
so,
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
so
Atlanta's
listen,
so
let's say
dry.
this. Georgia, Cobb County, Decatur, Fayetteville, Buckhead, Duluth, all of them within the state. We got Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Then you got your Flint and them, but those are separate. So in Atlanta, within they supposed Georgia the whole thing that moves. So they kind of like all like moving as they supposed to move.
unison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, it's only Detroit.
Right.
So we like, what is 700,000 people here? Probably.
700.
Yeah, that's that ain't shit.
Yeah, and the thing is too, in Georgia they have a whole community. Like all of the artists, all of the
Then they
producers,
all
all of the
stick
movers and
together,
shakers,
too,
they
though.
all stick together.
They
So
all
ain't
stick
nothing
together.
happening to them because they all.
But you
see,
know,
man,
but
They're
can-
not
they
being rich
created
around
they
broke
created
people.
an
Like
industry.
Bankroll, they have a deal
Exactly.
with Jeezy. Have to understand with
They
them.
created
Niggas
their
not
own
doing that
industry,
here. T Grizzly
and
not
it's,
doing
and it's
three
valuable there.
songs
We
or-
don't have a market yet.
Yeah, that's my
Detroit.
point,
There's
though.
not a market. There's
So
no
how-
money to be made here.
How do
And-
you
and-
build that market? How do you develop that industry in
You
Detroit?
gotta leave
Well,
and come back and
Wait,
do it like he
I
just
mean, I
said.
feel like the biggest answer there ain't no record labels here.
No,
That's
not,
it.
not even
Yeah, I
that.
ain't even know
but
about
to really build the market here, you got to grab the whole Midwest because it got to be feasible. If it
Indiana,
don't make money,
Chicago.
I don't want to fuck with it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it has to be the whole Midwest. Then, okay, now it's profitable. But without it, Detroit, why would you dump $1 million into anything?
Right.
I mean,
Besides real estate.
I think it just take for somebody to just start it. You
See,
know what I'm saying?
I don't have a problem. Listen,
It's
first
not
of all,
necessarily that.
I wouldn't have a problem with a couple people getting together and ambassadoring the situation. Like somebody got to see, because I'm not worried about, it had nothing to do with money, about no motherfucking hood around here, because I'm not in competition with nobody. I ain't got no beef with no motherfucking body. And if anything, any one of these hood motherfuckers, look,
It'll find you.
It definitely.
no. I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying it can't be touched. Anybody can be touched. No, my point of it is if they got the hood money and they got all of that, what's wrong with being like, look, we know you got this and you running this or whatever. Let me tell you, because guess what? I'm connected here. I'm connected in Miami. I'm connected here. Maybe I can help you if you will listen to what it is that I'm saying. Maybe I can help you get your music heard in these other areas. I'm going to say this. When you're making the records like, Finkel this, Puritan this, like you're making, and I don't got no disrespect to any one of the hoods, but when you make music that's centered around that hood, you're putting a ceiling on your own shit.
Yeah.
No, you're not. No, you're
I
not.
love that.
No,
Yeah,
you're not.
I agree with that.
Hold on, let me finish.
You are, but you're not.
No, you're not.
No, to a degree, because
We-
T.
The
Grizzly-
whole world screams
That-
Joy
that-
Road, bitch.
Hold on, but that's one out of a million.
That's one
That's one out of a million.
That's one out of a million. How many songs go? How many new artists pop up a year?
No, you don't understand what I'm saying. I'm saying that you can't.
We don't even know what hood
Grizzly-
6ix9ine
Gri-
from. Like,
Grizzly,
that's
what
one-
he-
What?
what he
6ix9ine
did was-
say it's hood all
look,
the time.
what he did
Never.
was phenomenal. It's one out of a million. I'm gonna pose you this question: who in Australia knows or gives a fuck about
Jarrell.
Puritan?
Bro, I feel
No,
like
I said it. Hold on.
Nigga, I mean,
said-
like
Well,
2
it-
days
it
ago,
go
like
both
2 days
ways,
ago, I
because
just heard T
Eminem
Grizzly
and 8
security
Mile
tell me
popular.
after he get off parole in like 8 days, he's going to China in a couple weeks.
No. Grizzly is solid. I'm not talking about T Grizzly. No. Everybody knows because he didn't.
First of all, I don't know half the stuff I be listening to mean anyway, so that's not a
This is
valid
the
reason.
Generation.
here's what
It's a
he's saying.
generational thing.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Basically, once you get on,
listen.
if you get big enough to a platform to apply that, then you can get away with it.
Right.
But starting off, you
That's-
can't get away
yes,
with it.
I agree.
That's what he
100%.
basically said.
That's what I'm saying.
Because
Yes.
Eminem damn show had the whole world thinking 8 Mile was a block, like 7 Mile or something.
Right.
He thought it was houses on
I
the
grew up on
motherfucking
8 Mile. Like
everything.
literally,
There's no.
that's
yeah.
where I'm from.
Yeah.
Eminem had motherfuckers
I mean, I
have
feel
a
like
whole
at this point
neighborhood.
Motherfuckers
though,
come here and be
at
like,
this
"Where 8
point,
Mile at?"
at this point in the
Like,
streaming
it's not-
industry, that don't matter no more. Like so many people just listen to Detroit music at this point, that don't matter no more. Detroit music is getting probably half of the most views on YouTube versus all the
Grizz broke the.
not
broke
even
the
just
thug
not
rate,
even just him,
you know?
just in general. Like out of all the artists not signed, Detroit artists is probably getting the most views on YouTube.
No, Detroit popping right now.
Yeah, for
Detroit
sure.
is
There's
slapping.
no argument that. I definitely
I ain't gonna
feel
lie.
that.
This is my only thing I'm gonna say. Detroit cool, the artist cool, but they just don't know how to spend their money, man. Like,
Definitely.
either that or they ain't spending no money. So
Well, most of them think they can buy shit. You
for
can't just buy it.
for a long time until they figure that out, our scene ain't gonna really be what
So
it's
what you
supposed
feel
to
like
be.
they were spending their money on that they shouldn't be, or how
Chains.
should
I mean,
they
you know,
be?
they just want to get icy
Uh-huh.
and do the video shoot with all the drink in there, and it's like, nigga,
That's just
You
a
gotta-
1%
Yeah.
of
That's
that shit.
publicity though. Like that. Like we Detroit. We the ball and shining capital of Gator.
all I'm
up,
saying
But
is
what he's
all that
saying
stuff.
is they'll
you can't
spend
spend
that, but
more
they don't
money
put
on
it
your
out there. Nothing else.
videos than you
They
spending
stop the
on
promotion.
Well, that's what I
breaking
mean. That's what I
bread
mean.
with
So
the
That's-
DJs.
basically,
and-
basically, what he's breaking down is how can you have a $200,000 car and a $50,000 house?
I'm just
The
saying,
priorities
niggas
are
not
backwards.
spending no
Hey,
money in
but
marketing.
I can
that
say,
shit.
but
That's what
I
it
can
is.
lie.
They
I can say the
don't
DJ
spend
era
what
dead,
it
bro.
is.
Huh?
I can say the DJ era dead.
The DJ
not.
era
Ah,
is
hell no.
close to dead.
Well,
The DJ era
DJ
dead,
era
bro.
and
Without
YouTube and
DJs,
Spotify are
they ain't
competing.
making it.
But-
DJ is there. So.
Apple Music
It's
killed that
still
shit.
always
Not
gonna
for-
be
not for
gatekeepers
independent artists,
to the
bro.
music
Not
shit
the
where
DJs is
you
most
gotta
important,
gotta
bro.
grease the right pump.
No, you don't, bro.
Yeah.
Look at 6ix9ine. He don't like nobody.
bro.
Man, all
You
that
don't
shit is
know,
a
you
front.
don't know
That's
what
front.
money that
That's
man
front.
All
spent
that shit
behind
is
the
a
scenes.
fu-
You don't
Behind-
know what
behind-
money that man spent.
Behind the
That
scenes,
shit is persona.
he's spending bread.
6ix9ine probably got a person with a bag, man, that spent the bank.
You don't know
behind
what
him,
Treyway
man.
and all
You
of
know
them
what I'm
brothers
saying? All that
spent.
shit he doing
That's
is
why he
persona.
keep getting them number one
For
hits.
real,
He's
it's
spending
like,
money on
like
it.
at the end of the day,
Detroit-
like I said,
Detroit, all they care about is views.
Yeah,
That's all.
that's
It's
all
a
that matters.
views.
no, it's not all that
it's
matter.
not.
That's not all that
No,
matters.
hold on,
That's
listen, hold on,
all
hold on.
I'ma just tell you
That's all
this.
that matters, bro.
Sada
No,
Baby
man.
got views, but it's a lot of people who still don't know him. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand that. He got how many? I don't know how much.
25
Inside of
million
my
on the
man.
last song, the Block Party.
But a lot of
25
people
million.
still don't know this man. So I just want people to understand, like, Detroit got to understand the views is going to be the views. But you got to understand how to kick down the door and go to Ohio or go to go to Chicago and just
See,
move.
niggas don't want to do that. Niggas don't want to get on that bus
Yeah.
and do it like how they used to. Them rock stars used to do
But
it
you
back
don't
in
have
the day.
I-
and get on
You
the bus
almost
and go
don't
from
have
city
to in the
city.
streaming era, bro. You can literally just make videos and put them on
Bro,
YouTube all
but-
day.
That's
But see,
I,
and
I
you know what's
agree
so-
with that. I completely disagree.
At the end of the day,
How many
you know
people
what?
I'm
doing
gonna
that?
say this. I just watched. I just watched Top put
Sada
this video
DZ
up
dropping a new
yesterday,
video
right?
every 3 days.
Top put
That's
this
Sada
video up
DZ,
2
they
days
still
ago
not
on World
national
Star. They
artists,
got
though. We trying to
1.5
get
million views.
national,
True.
bro.
I would.
look, hold on.
So wait, okay.
Let me use
Niggas
the
is
same
worried
All
about
right,
views,
go ahead.
man.
I'm
It's
just
so
gonna
much
say
bigger
it
than
as an
views.
example. All right,
World Star views can be bought too, though.
But World, yeah,
A
nobody
lot-
care
a
about
lot
World
of
Star
times they are.
views.
Listen, hold on. Check this out. Check this out.
It's
So,
show money to me.
And I'm not even saying this to brag, because look, artist-wise around here, for me, nobody would probably know because I didn't even put. But guess what? At the end of the day, the right deal, y'all wouldn't even know. Ice Cube just picked 2 of my records for the Big 3. I'm singing on them, spitting on them, producing one of them, whatever. The Big 3 is a huge platform. Y'all know what that is. At the end of the day, that mother gonna be pumping through the seasons, the advertisements, and
That's
stuff
money.
like that. That is a platform that's outside of Detroit. That when it's out there, it's just gonna look like I popped out of nowhere. No, I'm back channels.
Right.
Boom. I ain't nowhere near out there inside a baby and none of that shit. But when it go, it's going on the right platform. But it ain't even just about the music.
But I think to that point, I mean, everybody has a lane, right? So I
Niggas don't
think
be
for
having
certain,
no logos. They don't be having nothing
don't be-
around here.
don't
Just
be
doing
doing
all
nothing.
videos.
I'm all about
Ice my logo.
having your shit
I just
together.
iced my logo.
Get money, fuck hoes.
Get money, fuck up.
Hey,
Hey,
dance to the
but you know what
videos.
though?
At the
Like
end of the
like I
day.
said, man, niggas don't be wanting to put in that work, man. Like you said, they just
want the
think
shortcut.
like they just think, oh, I go in the booth,
I don't lie.
get a beat from RJ, go in the booth, spit
Hell.
on that bitch,
You good.
motherfucker, do a fucking video and put it up on YouTube, and bam, I'm a
I
fucking
don't
rapper.
Wait,
think-
hey,
I
that's
don't
what I
think-
tell
and the
people
money
that's
in
all
the
you gotta
shows.
do.
I don't
Keep
think with the
coming in.
local
That's
artists,
not
a
what-
lot of the local artists don't see themselves getting past Detroit. Like a lot of these guys don't care about.
Yeah, I think a lot of
franchise and all. Like
people.
I didn't pay to get on a show with what's the
Ball
dog name?
Greasy.
Ball Greasy. It was in Atlanta in a small fucking
Albany.
venue, and I went down there and spent about $5,000, probably more than they paid him just on travel, security, everything they was doing. But when I performed my song, that 500-700 people that was there, they felt me like I was a huge artist.
We was
Right.
giving out shirts
Detroit
and everything.
artists
They was
don't
loving us.
even try to attempt to go nowhere to perform because
Exactly.
they cool with being at Club Truth
Yep,
on
absolutely.
stage.
And I
Yep.
think
They
a
cool
lot
being
of
at the
artists
stage.
get super comfortable with either social clout or with their local fan base, and they have no like really hunger or ambition to escape beyond that and to get outside of that, or they don't have whatever, whether it's
Some
the
people
ambition
scared,
or
though. Like,
absolutely because it's a lot of motherfuckers in
it's
Detroit who
fair.
ain't really been outside of Detroit.
Right.
Period. So they just are comfortable.
I guess what our
better
previous
Being big and-
our
like,
previous
seriously-
And that's the
business we
problem.
was in, we was
That's the
For
problem.
state to
It's-
state.
but
so
here's the thing: it's easy to be a big ass fish in a small pond, but can you be a big fish in a big pond? And that's the thing. So like, I think it's a lot of artists who feel like they big shit because they doing something just in the city.
Because
but
everybody in the
it's just
city know who
city.
they is, and so I think they just get stuck on that illusion. Like you said, he ain't got as probably many views as DZ or Sada Baby probably got on the video, but like you said, Ice Cube just picked up 2 of his songs where he probably gonna make a check off of.
Period.
You know what I'm
Guaranteed.
saying?
How
So I
many
think
shows
we get
you
caught
doing a
up,
week?
but
You know
you know
what
we
I'm
get
saying?
caught up in this
What was that? What
illusion
was that
about
one?
like.
Views
we
with
went
me.
to some the movie
How many
festival. we
shows
went to.
you got
What was
a week?
that?
You
Yeah, like
doing
oh,
a
I'm
4
popping.
piece?
I'm popping in the
what was
city,
that?
so you
that
know.
movie festival we went to in
South by
Houston.
Southwest.
South by Southwest, right? We went to
Oh,
South by
yeah.
Southwest. It was artists there that's getting real money that we never ever seen, never knew anything
Never.
about.
Yeah.
And we come home and then everybody screaming Sada Baby. I love Sada Baby, my guy. I talk to him, I see him, I respect him. But sometimes it's you, like you said, get your money. Like I just get money, fuck hoes. But then on the same token,
I'm mad that
you
we
gotta
keep going
still-
back to that.
You
I'm
still
not gonna-
gotta, you still gotta promote yourself. Sada,
For sure.
he did his own thing with the promo. He dropped
RJ, you gotta
100
drop
videos.
a shirt now.
You got to,
He
bro.
dropped
Yeah,
100
it's been
videos.
But
and
you know,
he
but
did
you-
what he had to do to get that fan base that he got. Like I was there. I was at the Fillmore when him and T Grizzly did it. It was predominantly white people at the fucking venue that knew every word that came out this
That's
man's
how it
mouth. So
usually is.
they got there. their platform that they working on and that they doing, they building. So
I'm proud of them.
respect to that. You know what I'm saying? But for like a lot of these other local artists, it's like hard for us to see where they going. Like I just now started to see JR moving through Ohio and Indiana. And my people from Wisconsin, I called my uncle like, man, you know, this JR guy, they love him down here. So you got to build your brand. And a lot of people don't know how to build their brand.
For sure.
And that's why I like how, you know what I'm saying, like you said, JR moving good. But you see what he doing. He got logos. You know what I'm saying? He putting that shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Like,
Once again, I go back to what I was
it's
saying.
Bigger than just
real quick. We got to wrap this up. And that's why this is going to be like this is going to be a 3-part series because it's like a lot of conversation that need to happen. But I want to give everyone an opportunity to like 20, 30 seconds, shout out who you are, where people can find you, and any projects that you want to bring, that you want to promote or anything. So we'll start with you, Limelight.
I mean, I ain't really got nothing I'm promoting. You know what I'm saying? We working. I got Boss Man Jay up under me. E-Modest right now running with me. I got Ober Rolling running with me too. So
if people want to follow you on social, how can they find you?
DJ Limelights with a Z.
Okay,
cool. We just moving.
Yo, Instagram, I am _LYRIQ. Look me up. Fuck with me. I'm dropping mixtape, dropping EP. I just did a Kendrick remix that's out there. But a couple of my artists, Kylie, Drew Peckett, Pretty Lion, you know what I'm saying? We getting it, so just.
Perfect.
You can reach me on IG at IM_MoneyGangDJ. Pretty much, I just want to shout out the whole team, the whole Money Gang, man. We got a lot of stuff coming up. We got a movie we just did with Beasley, you know, called Child Support. So, you know, we got that dropping. Fat Boy got his EP dropping.
Me and Mike White got one.
You know, so, yeah, we working.
Okay, cool. Lots a lot.
Instagram, Floss a Lot. Federation Music Group. We got a few artists about to drop, but basically everything coming next year. So just Instagram, Floss a Lot.
So stay tuned. Cool.
Yeah.
MGM, Fat Boy. I got Broken No More on all digital outlets. I got a song called Nervous. I'm about to drop on the radio this week. I got my own strip club, Fantasy Island on Michigan Ave. I'm waiting on RJ he owe me 2 beats. He getting money fucking hoes and shit. He owe me some beats right now. We better get my fucking beats together. I mean, pretty much just living life and enjoying, you know, these blessings that God allowed me to, you know, every day, my kids. So shout out to Rue, E-Modest, Mike, Big O, everybody that, you know, been rocking with us, all the fans. You know, we going to keep on working.
Shout out to all the DJs that play our shit.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, definitely big up to the DJs. Everybody except for Limelight because he don't got none of my music.
I quit, though. I quit. Right. And I'm RJ Lamont, a.k.a. RJ Always Tripping. And I ain't really got nothing to promote. I'll just tell you the last couple records I got coming out in the next couple weeks. I did a record with Lil Baby coming out in the next couple weeks. I did a record with Chris Brown coming out like around the 16th, 17th. And I just did like 4 records with like Chief Keef. So that's like the shit that's popping right now. Outside of that, doing all the local shit.
Thank y'all so much for coming on the show. It's been a great conversation.
RJ,
Get money for hoes.
Gotta drop the Get Money Fuck Hoes, bro. Tomorrow.
Gotta drop the
I'm
tease
about to
tomorrow.
drop it tonight. Y'all ain't even gonna know. I'm about to go put it on right now. We're at the Exodus tomorrow.
That's the new mixtape, RJ. Get money, fuck hoes. Right.
Hey, Clark, you hear Rocky Bad shit?
Her album? Yeah.
I produced a beat like that, the one with her and her